Hello, everybody. It's me and Sasha here. Hey, Sasha. Holler.
What's up?
And I'm bringing you some extreme cringe. Like, you really need a warning for this one. It is a biohazard. It is a major, major, major cringe.
Don't say biohazard too loud. You know who's gonna pop up.
Oh. Major cringe. I have her,
Too loud.
I have her blocked. Oh. And I have my mods ready. So
the fact that you immediately knew who I was talking about.
It could be a dozen people, but I think I know who you're talking about here. That's not what this video is about. I ain't shit talking. This video is about this freak who actually lives in Orlando, in our fucking backyard.
Some years ago, that was incorrect, or at least incomplete. These scientists had taken the measurement of the microflora in neovaginas, and what they found was bacteria that closely resembled the kind of bacteria.
Scientists are actually trying to lie to us about what's in these guys' acroon holes, you know, like.
Not the rot pocket lies.
Oh yeah, they're studying this and gonna lie to us with this fucking studies. No wonder the statistics is like how to lie to you using statistics.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Bacteria you would find on the surface of your skin, which kind of makes sense because it is surface skin that is turned inside out and then used to line the inside of our vaginas. What they didn't find very much of is lactobacillus.
No vagina, dude. You don't have
An inverted penis is not a vagina.
Everybody knows this. This is ridiculous.
Now, why is that important? Well, it's because lactobacillus makes lactic acid. And then the natal vagina, which is the vagina that most women are lucky to be born with, it keeps the pH level slightly acidic, which makes it harder for the bad bacteria to grow. It also does a lot of other great things for vaginal health, like keeping these bacteria from binding to the walls of the vagina, and just
No, you have bacteria in you because you got an open axe wound, dude. Women don't have to deal with this. We are just naturally built to have a vagina. I don't know what's going on with you, but it ain't that.
generally kind of regulates things out there. So the lack of it in the neovagina is not a good thing. It means that in our vaginas, that bad bacteria can grow, which can lead to all kinds of.
There's nothing but bad bacteria in there. There's nothing else but for it to grow because it wants to close. That's what's up.
Bad things. Things like yeast infections and bacterial vaginosis, which is where that fishy smell comes from. If things are all healthy down there, you're not really supposed to have a pronounced fishy smell. Now, I, for one, have noticed that my vagina...
Dude, I don't want to know what it smells like down there. Sewer holes do not smell like vaginas. And trust me, ain't nobody trying.
It's literally a rotting wound, bro. Like, it's not a vagina.
It's going to smell like fish. It's going to smell like the rotting death of what used to be his penis.
It's like the problem is they think of the vagina as just a hole. They don't think of it as anything else. It's just a hole to them. And so what they do is they're like, okay, well, as long as there's like an entry point, then it counts as it counts. It's a vagina, it counts. Like that's not true. It's still a dick, bro. Sorry about your dick.
Yeah. Ain't nobody trying to lick it. I mean, I don't know why they even tell the lesbians this fucking bullshit.
Vagina doesn't smell
like we don't have one.
I don't think so. On the contrary, very often it smells very vagina-y, if you know what I mean. And I've always thought that it's incredibly mysterious and also incredible.
He's never been with a woman. That's all he just admitted right now. He's never been with a woman.
That shit does not. Come on, man. Come on.
Vagina-y. What is that?
Please.
Is that the name of his douche? His douche is called Vagina-y?
I yield.
Yeah.
I yield.
Incredibly wonderful. But if our microflora is all that different, how can that be the case? Well, just today I read a study that discovered that our microflora is not that.
Dude, I don't know what papers you got to like lie to us with, but it ain't fooling nobody. Lesbians have our own vagina. We know the sense of vagina. You don't got it. Never will.
Different. By using a molecular technique on 60 trans women, they were actually able to detect lactobacillus in 75% of them. Not only that, many of the women, they had multiple strands. In fact, in 90% of the women, they had more than one.
None of you are women. Just stop that.
One kind of lactobacillus. A few trans women even had 8 different kinds. That's amazing. The only time I've ever noticed I smell kind of bad was
the kinds of bacteria, dude. It's probably like E. coli or who knows what. HIV. They have tons of diseases. Maybe they have 8 different diseases. That I believe, okay?
Dude.
fact, when I use regular
God.
lubes to dilate, all that stuff kind of gets gunked up inside you and just comes out naturally through gravity. And it doesn't get cleaned out like it does
I
in
want
nature.
to know about what's gunked up inside him. Who knows what he's sticking up in there?
That's disgusting, bro. You cannot. Oh my god.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
It is the scariest, most cringiest thing, and to think that anyone buys this is just no.
I can't. I fucking can't.
To women because we don't have the same kind of mucosal secretions. That is not to say that we should douche, at least with all those kind of medications or even soap, especially if we have lactose.
This guy has never touched a bar of soap in his life. Just look at him. Oh God.
I'm disgusted.
Bacillus inside of us like this study suggests, because in that case, we'd be killing all of it and messing up our entire vaginal flora. Just like with every
You don't have one of those.
If you're careful, it may not be inadvisable for transgender women to use water. However, a good alternative.
He doesn't even want to touch it.
What?
He doesn't even put water in it, dude.
What? Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's a swamp thing. Who knows what the fuck? He probably
I don't even
out there in the swamps of Florida. This is what comes out of it.
I don't even want to see what it's. I don't even want to know what it smells like. Oh
This
my god. Oh
is
my
it in
fucking
Southern
God.
Nights? Be as the photographer, and he creeps on the women there, like teenage girls. This guy's there at the fucking girl party. It's for lesbians. Give me a break.
Alternative for me is coconut oil. I notice it doesn't build up, your body absorbs it, and my vagina smells like coconut for a little while afterwards.
Oh my god. It's not a vagina.
It's not. No matter what you put on it, it doesn't smell like that. It smells like he just can't. His nose blind to his own fucking pussy smell because
Stench, bro. It's a stench.
he's so used to it. I mean, just look at him. He doesn't ever use a bar of soap. I mean,
This is what they think of women.
this is what.
This is what they think of women.
And it's been years that I've been using coconut oil, and I never notice a bad smell down there anymore. So that takes care of the smell, but I've also wondered what it tastes like. I mean, you know, I've tasted a vagina or two, so I generally...
No, you haven't. There's never a lie. You're a man, you never tasted a vagina, and you're just a freako.
know what it tastes like, and I think we all know when we get a bad one. But the girls I have had sex with who have gone down on me have said it tasted just like... Is that important? Well, it's because lactose...
Wait, no woman has ever gone down on this guy. I forgot where we're at, but...
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. I think
that takes care of the smell, but I've also wondered what I taste like. I mean, you know...
Oh my god.
Nobody's wondering what you taste like, dude. Just look at you.
All right, I'm already developing a headache.
Oh, I already told everybody, like, for real, this is all just like vomit.
There's no way. This can't be. This can't be real. I don't believe it's real.
No.
I think he's trolling. I think he's trolling.
It's Yuck City.
I think he's trolling. I don't believe this is real at all.
This guy exists
in
in the
know
clubs that I hang out at.
Know when we get a bad one. But the girls I have had sex with who have gone down on me have said it tastes
Nobody's
just like
done
anybody else's. So today I'm going to put that to the test in two different ways. First off,
we don't believe you.
I'm just going to stick a finger in myself and taste it.
Oh my god, he's
and,
not.
You know, hopefully it won't taste bad, but...
Yes, he's doing it on fucking camera because he's that kind of freako. They're all this kind of freak. This is what trans is.
There's no way he can get away with putting this on YouTube. I don't believe they're going to let him do this. They can't.
They let him. I got this off his YouTube, so therefore it's allowed.
Look at the poster.
The second thing I'm going to do is break out my favorite toy and, you know, make myself come. So in that way I'm going to...
No, dude, you're not making yourself come. That Axe wound doesn't do anything. It's just
they literally have no sensation. They have no sensation. How can you come on? Who is he fooling? Look at the poster in his background. He fetishizes lesbians so much.
I know, which is why he's at Southern Nights trying to creep up on teenage girls because they let 18 and up in there. So you know that's who he's creeping on. Pretending he's a lesbian.
And then it's
I have all my juices flowing down there. All these situations and, you know, just things that come out when I get excited. If a girl is doing their job with me, that's what they're going to be tasting. And then I'm going to report what that tastes like. I'm always...
No! The only job lesbians have is to run from you, dude. All lesbians are running the other way. That's all that ever happens. I've never seen anything close to you. Except for these people that you pay to talk for you.
Even the troons that get all of the surgeries or whatever they get, they say they lose feeling down there. So what the fuck is he how is he climaxing if he's fucking lying?
Well, he's a liar, obviously. He thinks he passes. So how many lies is this video? I think there's 10 at least that he's told so far.
He's
Seem to be
delusional.
sticking things in myself on camera. This time it's just gonna be my finger. I'm a lesbian. I should be liking this, right? But it's my own.
No, you're not a lesbian, and you don't know what the fuck to do, obviously.
No male.
Just
can
run
ever
away
be
from
a
us.
lesbian.
We don't want nothing to do with you.
I'm conflicted. I'm not gonna be using any lubes to like mess up the flavor. Okay.
Just him doing that to himself. Look at how nasty his hand is too. Like,
So I have
everything
to
about
adjust
him.
my angle here, and let's see.
No, this is the
Find
cringe
hole.
part.
Oh my god!
All right.
There's no way.
It's in. Wiggle it
Oh my
around.
God.
No, look at those faces. Like, no.
That much detail, I don't know.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
This is like a nightmare. This is not a chip
Everything
of the
that you
weed for
for
Halloween. Look at that. Does that look like a
Doesn't smell
happy?
bad.
No, he lied. He smelled it himself, and it looked like he was eating farts. I don't know.
I'm disgusted. I'm grossed out.
Look at that. That is not a face of like it smells good. He can't even
One of the things I do for science.
the facial expressions do not lie.
Doesn't smell bad. That's good, right?
No, you're lying to everybody. Nobody believes you.
In fact, what it smells like is vagina-y. Only has like the faintest of.
No, what does he spray? A spray that says vagina E on it? Like, no. There's
Motherfucker's a liar.
smells, which is great, which is exactly.
He's
what
the
I
only
do
one
for
that's ever
myself
touching
when
that
I go
axe
down on
wound.
women. Okay, and now to taste it.
no. Look at that. Look at that. No. That is not look, that's like barf. His face wants to barf. Okay? No one can tell me otherwise.
Oh my god. He looks disgusted. Oh,
He is disgusting with his
foul.
own.
That's foul. That's foul as fuck. My nigga,
Yo.
look at him. He
He's like
want
trying to hold his own vomit in his own mouth, you know? Like,
to spit so bad. He want to spit so bad.
yes, he does.
He tastes
Tastes like
blood
vagina.
and pus and everything.
No.
Oh,
He's just
God.
he thinks the vagina tastes bad. That's what he's basically saying, which is not true. I mean, vagina tastes like the best thing in the world. It's an acquired taste, but lesbians appreciate it. That manhole shit ain't nobody want it.
Exactly. And then like they forget that vaginas are self-cleaning.
Yeah.
Vagina, his shit, whatever the fuck he got down there, that's not a vagina.
No, vagina tastes like lychee. Come on, it's good shit. That is...
In fact, if anything, my thumb smells more like vagina than even my index finger. I mean,
Your thumb doesn't smell like vagina. What? He thinks everything smells like vagina. This guy is just a freakoid. He smells like somebody who doesn't bathe. That's what he smells like.
was kind of involved in the action too, you know. And now on
Okay.
to phase 2. And no, I'm
I don't want to watch phase 2 or anything, but I am going to watch another video, which a lesbian, a gold star lesbian, is on the net telling us to date him. Because this is the kind of sellouts we have in our community here in Orlando.
She wouldn't sleep with him.
Oh no, I'm telling you, she's another Ariel. She's friends with Ariel. They, have this party called the Girl Night here in Orlando. She's the queen of the queer. Her name's Ivy.
Welcome back to my channel. Today, I would like to introduce you to a very good friend.
She's actually a
Ladies and
lesbian,
gentlemen, this is Maya.
but she's here lying for this piece of shit.
Hey everybody.
Now, you may need to be sitting down for this because I'm about to tell you something really shocking. Not only is
Really
Maya
untrue.
a lesbian, but she's also
No.
a trans woman.
Yeah, I am.
That's a man.
She got the L and the T. So
No,
while
look at
trans
that.
men and women have
Pause,
been around
pause,
just as long as
pause.
Yeah.
Look at them. All I could think of when he brought his hands up is when you said shovel hands at one time. It's just his hands are fucking huge.
Yeah, someone else.
And he's like, oh, and she's also a trans woman. Like, that's not news. This is clearly a
Yeah, you just look at that, I mean, the big old shoulders, that fucking
the
Adam
Adam apple.
face.
Come on, man.
Ivy, what is she doing?
And B, for many, many years, trans people were invisible and they wanted
I want them to be invisible again because you know what? We shouldn't have to see these freaks up in the lesbian club. Definitely not.
They were never invisible. They had their own shit. We weren't like back then, even in the fucking early 90s. You didn't have men or transsexuals that were saying, oh, okay, I'm a lesbian, or oh, okay, I'm this, I'm that. Like they had their own shit, just like gays have their own shit, just like lesbians have their own shit. They had their own shit, which was fine. It was away.
Keep it away from us. We don't want it.
They're demanding access to women's spaces, but now they're like, oh, okay, we're here. Like you were always there. You just weren't narcissistic like you are now.
No, they always were bad. I'm sorry. Like the younger generation likes to romanticize like the older trannies. Trannies were always this creepy. That's why they were at Mitch Fest trying to show their dicks to fucking lesbians even back then. These guys were always creeping on us. They just weren't as many.
Sick. Shovel hands.
Yeah, shovel hands. Let me play some more of this.
Stay that way because it was very, very dangerous, and it still is, to be openly trans. However,
no, it's not dangerous at all.
Our society is.
We cheer them on, for God's sakes. These guys are super sheltered. Everybody has to fucking cater to their fucking bullshit. They're not in danger. Just stop lying like this.
It's the first time that trans people have become visible among mainstream society. Now, this is something that is kind of like the first wave.
It's social contagion. That's why. It's because Bruce Jenner came out and advertised this to everybody. It used to be just creepy dudes on their own hiding out in the basements. Now they got out of the basements and are in your face. I miss the good times. Before they were like allowed in the lesbian clubs.
No, for real.
Where Joe Schmo in Idaho knows about trans people.
Joe Schmo doesn't want to know about them. He'd rather not. Leaves Joe Schmo and the lesbians alone.
What, Joe Schmo in Idaho?
Joe Schmo in Idaho.
However, Joe only knows about the Caitlyn Jenners and the hyper-femininity of the drag world that has been.
They're not feminine.
I say all the time that drag started this bullshit.
Drag did start this, and I was a drag king, so I really feel bad for all the women that like looked up to me and dressed up in, you know, in drag and wanted to become a man because I was there getting a lot of attention from girls because it was a gay thing to do. So they groomed us into this shit, you know?
Yeah, it's sad.
Good drag.
Portrayed in the media. I'm lucky enough to know many amazing trans men and women, and I'm fortunate.
Because your club is full of freaks. It is a queer club. It is no longer lesbian go-go night, unfortunately. Like it used to be. It used to be the most awesome place for lesbians to go. I used to go and travel to see my girlfriend in Jacksonville, right? And we used to meet up at Southern Nights. It was popping. It used to be lesbian go-go and nothing but wall-to-wall lesbians and some gay dudes. That's it.
To have a greater understanding of who they are and the authenticity that comes from living their truths. In every first wave in society, whatever that may be, there's a lot of loneliness for the pioneers who are in that.
They're not pioneers. They're creeps. They're lonely for a reason because nobody wants to be around them. They are freaks of nature that created this whole thing to isolate themselves from other people so they could be more creepy. They get off on that.
Well, see, it wasn't even like to isolate themselves. It was a way for them to like navigate society in a way that allowed them to violate other people's boundaries without pushback. Because like this whole thing, if you recognize a lot of the things that they advocate for, they want to be able to take advantage of women specifically.
Oh yeah, that's what they want to do.
They want to be able to push the sexual boundaries of everyone.
But any healthy person runs from this, okay? Any healthy, smart person just goes the other way. Because there was insult to trans pipeline. This is an example of insult to trans. Totally.
First wave. Because of all of the fear, the misconceptions, and the uncertainty that surrounds that first.
There's no misconceptions except for what you're spreading, woman. Sorry.
Now, what Maya has faced and what so many trans men and women have faced, people being afraid to date them because of...
We're not afraid to date them. We just don't want to.
So, this brings me back to this morning where like there was this fucking guy who was like, they need to stop thinking of genitals in terms of male and female, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, if that was the case, right?
It's not going to be your dick. I'm sorry. You're not that special.
But if that were the case, why do they get surgeries to invert their penis and to do all of these different things if genitalia isn't sexed? That's the biggest lie. Anything they say is a fucking lie.
Yeah, their whole thing is a scam.
But that is especially a fucking lie. So, like, okay, I'm gonna read it. A lot of genital preference discourse, gross and homophobic, by the way, would just be solved if people could understand that trans women on HRT's penis isn't really a penis anymore.
It is a penis, inverted penis. I'm sorry, you can cut a banana up, but it's not going to be a peach. Never going to taste like peaches.
Additionally, if people could stop degendering trans women who are pre or non-op, that would be fucking swell. So we're supposed to stop thinking of a penis as a penis. What do you want me to call it? Because they're the ones who don't get surgery, right? I'm just supposed.
It doesn't matter if they get surgery or not. It's never going to be a vagina.
Hold on. Shit, hold on.
Frustrations. Did you find your reply?
But anyway, the ones who don't get surgery, right? Because they're proud to have their fucking girl cock, right? They still call it a girl cock. They still call it a penis. So
the feminine penis, like no, dude. So just because you can't get it up doesn't mean it's a feminine penis.
You want me to stop calling it a penis, but they still call it a penis.
Yeah, it is just a penis.
So the delusions, it's delusions then, because it's like, okay, there's no way that you call someone like I remember that we used to call it sexual preference, right? And then it was recognized that that's homophobic. So why is it not homophobic to start calling shit a genital preference? You got to be fucking kidding me.
It's all the same homophobia. You just haven't found the right tune yet, you know? Like this thing that can't get a woman, a heterosexual woman, is gonna like magically appeal to a lesbian. Sorry, I would rather lick Ivy's like nostrils than go down on this dude's fuck hole. Sorry, that's not happening.
And a lot of what we don't talk about is that a lot of them use the flesh from their rectum to create the same sensation as a vagina when men are fucking them.
No.
So,
and that might work for men, but you know what? We're fucking lesbians. I don't want to taste some dude's cut up asshole shoved up his ass. No.
Exactly.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It will never be the same.
No, it cannot be. And it's just so nasty. You're like, no, it shouldn't be there. A man's second asshole will never be a vagina.
Surrounding who and what trans people are. And today
they are men. In this case, or they're women who cut off their breasts, and that's what I don't want to see from lesbians. You know, this is what you're encouraging, Ivy. You want to see a bunch of butch lesbians, which I know you date butch lesbians, but you want to see them all cut off their tits and pretend to be straight men. How's that going to work out for you?
Wanted to do a little bit of myth busting.
Yeah.
So that if you meet someone who you have chemistry with, who you're compatible with, and you find out they're trans,
there's nothing compatible between a man and a lesbian. No matter what the man says, no matter what this man does, there's no compatibility there.
This is some wild shit.
Yeah, look at her saying this with a straight face. She's a gold star fucking lesbian selling you this shit.
You don't want that to hinder you from pursuing them. For those of you who don't know, but all of you know because I'm extremely open about my sexuality,
she's very open about the fact she's never touched a dick in her life. She's totally gold star, and here lying for this guy. I just don't know what they're paying her to make her the queen of the queer. Okay, she's selling out all lesbians with this shit.
I am a big old lesbian, and as a lesbian, I would date a trans woman because I know that trans
lies. Turf on in the sheets. There's no way she would ever date one of these dudes. Do it first. Go start sucking it. So go start licking it, Ivy. You and Ariel both. I want to see you both put your mouth where your money is. Because you're obviously getting paid for this.
Even if they're not cisgender women, they're still women.
No, they're not women at all. Me and Sasha are still women. As butch as we are. That's not a woman.
In my experience, the trans men and women, the ones who are in my life, are so fantastic that you would be really truly missing out.
Yeah, transgender people need loving too.
Then love yourself and don't cut yourself up. How about that?
How about love each other? Because it's funny to me. It's funny to me how they'll go on dating apps and they'll say that they're not looking for each other, but they want us. They want regular women. Like they want normal women. They want.
When the lesbian club is a sausage party, they won't go anymore. They'll just go wherever the turfs are. They will eventually try to invade the turfs, which they've been trying with the pet troons that want to kiss up to us. You know, like, and people need to stop that.
The true trans, bro. Oh fuck.
I don't want any part of the true trans brand. Ariel and Ivy, they can just like, you know, not be invited to my turf pride when I rebuild the lesbian community. Because they're going to invite this thing along with them.
Myth number 1, Maya's
doesn't have one of those, okay? It doesn't purr. It's not something you want to touch. It's not something pretty.
looks different or feels different.
It's an axe wound, yo. Ivy, just think about it. Use your brain. How would it look the same?
Then this is gender.
A lot of
Because she's never seen one. That's why she says this shit.
lesbians have a lot of curiosity about me, and specifically,
No lesbian has any curiosity about you, dude. You make these videos to guilt shame lesbians. If they were there, like, just dying to get with you, you wouldn't even be making this video about how you're so lonely.
about my genital. I'll actually hear from like back channels that, oh my god,
Some freaky bisexuals that have a fetish, maybe.
what is Maya's vagina like?
Now, to be clear, Maya does have the whole package.
That's
Or
No, what he has, is a cut up dick.
Dude. Oh, I'm sick.
I know. But just, how can Ivy say this with a smile on her face? Like
it's like they're pulling the ladder up behind them because like they know growing up they had a safe like they had a relatively safe community, and now they're making it unsafe for the younger lesbians
I
who are
know.
looking to build community, and they don't have any way to avoid these predatory men.
Lots of lesbians look up to Ivy in the club, you know, and they look up to Ariel, and they think that they should just be open-minded like this and basically get raped.
I fucking hate that. I don't even like calling it that because it's like the thing about it is like they try to say that we're closed-minded for not wanting to suck dick, whether it's inverted or not.
You're just telling people to become bisexuals, like
right. Like I don't experience opposite sex attraction. I can't control that.
it's not even just the dick; it's the whole ass man. None of this is attractive to a lesbian.
no longer the whole package. From everyone who has seen it or
The whole package is rolled up inside of him. It's still there,
And it's rotting.
it's rotting.
It's rotting.
Where even heterosexual women don't want that.
any time with your vagina, it looks, smells, tastes, functions.
Why are you saying this? She's saying this from a point of view of just repeating what she's told.
So
Like-
if she's so open-minded, she should taste it.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Ivy. Let's make a video of you trying. You finger this one, and then tell everybody after you smell it and you taste it that it's this the same.
Make a video with this man and post it on X videos of you eating his rotten
Put it on Ariel's OnlyFans. I swear, it'll make a lot of money for y'all.
Ariel
To lie like that.
That's depressing.
Like and feels like a vagina.
How would it? That's like saying a vagina feels like road rash. That's what it feels like, dude. That's what it's gotta feel like. A hole to nowhere. No, women have like so many crevices and muscles, and like there's contraction going on. There ain't none of that shit going on with a fucking rock pocket.
Raw pocket.
You're one of the few ones who haven't seen my vagina.
I know,
Yeah.
but who knows what's gonna happen by the
She has not seen his vagina. She's admitting it because she never wants to. Okay? That's why. She never will. Keep
end of this
Oh
video.
my god, it doesn't look any different. I don't know what people expect to see. Maybe the outline, the shadow of a penis.
It is an inverted penis. That's what they're gonna see.
Or something.
or like a drag queen vagina. Like it's got
No bisexual wants this either, really. I only say like the weird chasers want this shit. And I don't believe anybody, heterosexual, bisexual, is licking that. Nobody's licking that wound. Nobody's smelling that. Nobody wants that. Men will put their dick in because their men will put their dick into anything. But ain't no one licking it.
Like a lot of extra hair and like lashes. Myth number 2, sex with that new
They do have hairs inside there. So that was a good point.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Is going to be different or weird or unlike.
It is monstrous. It is hideous.
Look,
It is
stay on this frame. Look at her face. She's like, she knows what she's saying isn't true.
yeah, you know. Look at it.
She's trying to convince
Yeah.
herself. Like, oh God. Okay.
It is all repulsive, but this is what lesbians are being told, okay? By other lesbians who happen to be Gold Star because someone's paying for this advertisement. This is her biggest video. She got like 40,000 off of this. Most of her videos are just like 3 or something.
Having sex with a
Ridiculous.
cisgender vagina.
To be honest, I had that fear that the first time I slept with a lesbian.
You have no fear, and no lesbian is doing this. You have always wanted to like commit this rape by deception shit and have people play along. But everyone sees you as the man you are, and the only people getting with you are some weird ass chasers. And in fact, I don't even believe him that it's anybody that actually goes along with this.
Because they want to
And then
live
she
in
would somehow
lesbian
say,
skin.
hey, you know, you act differently than other women I've been with.
He knows he's lying, but so does Ivy. Yeah.
The truth is that apparently I act like every other woman who's ever had sex with another woman.
No, you don't. How delusional? What are you smoking? I'm just like,
I wasn't this delusional on crack. Like, dog, please.
there's that mansion, like everything about him. Just because he's shorter than Ivy does not make him a woman. Just a sad, short man.
She looks scared of him. Look at her face.
I know. Imagine if he tried to kiss her. You know, in this video, she would fucking just like back the fuck up real
I
quick.
found that very gratifying. I found that very interesting. And so really, we're not any different. All the things happen. I have a fully functional vagina. That means
No, he doesn't. Where's your cervix?
Right, and besides, fully functional means you're gonna have a baby. You cannot have babies, sir. You have a fucking wound that you created.
Not just
That
that, but
nothing.
that means if it's fully functional, it can clean itself. It can't do that, sir. You have to put antifungal fucking cream in there to make sure you don't get fucking mushrooms growing out of your rock pocket.
These dudes say that they want to have lesbian sex, but you know what? They couldn't even possibly handle lesbian sex. Because I often get into fisting women, okay? And that would rip this motherfucker right open. He'd fucking have to go to the hospital because there's no contraction, there's no room for that to actually happen.
a clitoris, a clitoral hood, a vaginal opening.
You have none of that, dude. What you have is scrotum. What you have is like...
This is like, I feel like I'm being gaslit.
That's all it is.
I feel like I'm being manipulated right now because like I know none of this is true, but they're saying it with such certainty as if it were a fact. I'm
like, who's paying them? And like, how can he say it with a straight face? How can they both do this? I'm just like, you guys hate lesbians.
What if they take up the tip of his penis and inject 4,000 nerve endings into it, and now it's
no, exactly. You can't. It's no magic voodoo that can do this shit.
Right, like this shit is impossible. Like even the ones with like the most convincing looking surgeries for like externally say that they don't have sensation. So why is he lying like this?
Because he feels like he wants to tell everybody it's special and come have sex with them. He has these fantasies of like, tricking lesbians to buy into his shit, and they play along. Like, I don't know. I can only imagine that there's a whole row of butt bats by his bed, and he must drug people up to get them there.
Yeah. Oh.
The ability to be penetrated, and even some.
You're not going to be penetrated, dude. Except for another guy's dick that's smaller than yours, because you have a dick.
Dog says, I want to have sex with a lesbian, and then he goes, I can be penetrated. Excuse me, I thought you wanted to have sex like a lesbian.
Well, he's trying to talk about being fingered and shit, and like I said, if I fisted this dude, he'd be in the hospital.
Right, he'd rip right in half.
And I never would, but maybe I would send him to the hospital.
Put a boot in his ass.
With like tons of gloves on. I'd have to wear like 3 layers of protection for my hand and something for my nose to hold my nose.
Just like any other woman.
I feel like we're on Grey's Anatomy right now.
That's
Great.
right.
Myth number 3, trans women behave, act, or look like men.
They all behave like men. They're all fetishy dudes.
She should spend like 3 hours in Toronto or on Twitter.
She's in Orlando. There's all the troons there, and you could clock every single one of them. There's not a single one that is tricking anybody.
But like the way they act is definitely like a man. Like the way they talk about women, the way they talk about how like they love quote unquote using cunts. They have usernames like cervix piercer and woman herder.
Did you just hear him? Look, I think there's a part of this video where he talks about being a little girl again. You know, like it's really pathetic. Like only men talk like that. Sorry, you do not have a second puberty where like now you 40-something-year-old man turned into a 13-year-old girl. This is what troons do. They pornify troons, and they have their little sick fantasies.
I'll tell you, I've known Maya for a very, very long time, and she behaves, looks, and acts just like everyone.
You're lying.
I know.
Just like you lied about how it looks like and how it tastes like because you want to be queen of the queer and someone paying you. That's the only solution to this. That's the only thing that makes sense because Ivy, you're a gold star lesbian. These troons do not support you. They want to rape you. They want you sucking dick.
I mean, she's a unique.
Or licking it.
The thing about it is women don't have a general, like we don't have a general way we act except for like, there are a few small exceptions culturally, but there's no act, there's no, oh, she acts just like all the women I know. Like, what is that?
No, womanhood is not an act. I'm sorry. I don't put it on. I don't take it off. I don't have to buy it in a store. It's just what I am.
Do you only hang around one specific type of woman? Like what does she mean by that?
Called chromosomes. Yeah, there's only one type of woman out there, female. That's it.
Snowflake in her own right, but she's just like every other lesbian, every other woman.
These are just lies.
B, let me ask you something. How long you been out as a lesbian?
Dude, since I was like 18.
So how do we act?
College.
Like how do we act? I'm trying to figure this out.
What?
How do we act? I'm trying to figure it out.
Everybody acts differently. You know, like
I like again. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Like they're saying this shit with such certainty, as if it were factual, and she looks like she's being held hostage next to this fucking man.
She basically is. You know, she would never let this guy anywhere near her virginity.
Deer in headlights, her eyes the whole time. She looks shocked and scared.
She wants to say it looks the same. I dare her to post hers right next to this creeps because I know there's a big difference. Okay.
Right, and it's like, yeah, Jones says it feels like an infomercial, and it does. It feels like they're trying to sell me something that I don't want to buy. Like,
it's like those commercials, and this is what you get. This is what you want, but this is what you get. Come on, everybody can see the difference right here in this photo. Even compared to me, come on, it's very obvious. That's a dude, sir, and his like. Serious
don't adhere to society's traditional standards of femininity. So he
doesn't, because he's a man. Okay, he could be a feminine man, but he's not even that. He's just a very creepo man. Incel to transcel pipeline dude.
Such a spectrum, and I think when you transition, you have to develop your own identity.
He didn't transition to nothing.
On that spectrum of what it means to be a woman.
For me, I know that when I first came out, even though I was a 40-year-old person.
See, he's saying he's a 40-year-old man, not person. He's a 40-year-old man, and that's where his little fantasy kicks in.
I felt like a 13-year-old girl.
You're no 13-year-old girl. No 13-year-old girl to be compared to with you, creepo. I mean, that is just one of the creepiest statements ever. Only a man would say something like that.
I had to figure out what womanhood meant to me, who Maya was. And I think sometimes people miss it.
When I was a 13-year-old girl, I'll tell you, like, it was a lot of confusion about the fact I was a tomboy and a lesbian. But
13,
I definitely did not have no hard-on or inverted hard-on about it.
13 for me felt like I just hated everything. So I don't know what he means by that. I feel like a 13-year-old girl. You mean you feel like a pedophile?
That's what he is.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like you feel like a pedophile, bro.
I tell you, he's preying on a club that has 18 and up girls, pretending to be a photographer, and he gets them in the back room and stuff and tells them to wait for the dancers, but it's really a locked up section that he has them in. My friend was offered that, and she was waiting for, the dancers, and the dancers never came, so she escaped, thankfully. But it's a locked up section that he invites the girls to, so he can basically prey on them.
Interpret that as somehow being
playing photography.
masculine. And the funny thing is, if he saw
At a
this
club for, lesbian women, and most of them are teenagers. I mean, let's just be honest. It's one of those 18 and up clubs. Well, what is he doing? Hunting in there.
behavior
You all know what.
a butch lesbian woman, you wouldn't think anything of it.
You are not a butch lesbian woman. It's so offensive to us.
This nigga wearing lipstick and he calling himself a butch lesbian. I hate it here. I hate it. Earth is ghetto. I want to leave. I want to leave.
They come with it. Like with the asteroid. I mean, just send them
I
away.
think about myself
I
being
never
a
seen
kid
butch
and liking
lesbian look like
softball.
him. I never seen it. I never
All
seen it.
butch lesbians are women, and he has nothing on us.
And do all these things. I used to think about these things as somehow being indicative of maleness. Now when I think about it,
You are a male. You are a man. That is the facts. That is what maleness is. The fact that you have a penis that you inverted is because you're a man.
if I had been born in a female body,
That's a pipe dream that didn't happen, dude.
I think my parents would have just been worried that I was going to turn out to be a lesbian. Which
There's no, if you were born a man, a woman,
A straight man.
a girl. No,
A straight man.
you're a straight man. Do not tell the story of lesbians. Nobody is buying that your family was afraid of you being a lesbian.
She did.
Which is what happened. I just kind of went around the scenic route.
She didn't feel like she had to be extremely hyper feminine.
He never had the preference to be feminine, ever. This is this fetish dude. He has no idea what women go through.
To still be a woman. We're going to be discussing this
He's not a woman, and he never will be, no matter what, Ivy. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you.
topic about beauty and the beauty myth on my
It's not about beauty. He ugly as shit, but he's an ugly as shit dude.
channel, so make sure you go check that out. Myth number 4. A lesbian dates a trans woman.
That is called bisexuality. Welcome to bisexuality. There ain't no lesbians dating that.
We are somehow
Fetish.
less of a lesbian.
Not a lesbian at all. There's no more or less. You just don't qualify.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because lesbians have no problem dating trans guys. And
Why do they date trans guys? Trans is fake. Because they know what vagina is. Duh.
Lesbians are female homosexuals. They're going to be attracted to other females.
Exactly. Just because a girl has pronouns doesn't mean I won't find her attractive until I find out she's stupid.
they're actually guys. But somehow trans women, I think there's this deep-seated transphobia and stuff.
It's because we're lesbians. We don't want dudes. I don't care what you call yourselves, what you think of yourself. It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm going to go chase a girl like Ivy. You're just not going to be a thought.
Society, there's still difficulty accepting that they're actually women.
Part of being a lesbian is not being attracted to men and to masculine.
Well, that's a lie, Ivy. You're one of those that date fucking butch women. I don't even want to hear this shit. Why do they gotta sell this shit? They don't even buy
Behaviors masculine.
They don't even live it.
Masculine socialization.
We're all being socialized.
Masculine social. He's a man. He went through that. It's not something that any girl has been through. Not even the biggest Aiden, not even Buck Angel, who takes dick. I mean, that's because she's a woman. That's why her career is porn and receiving while the other guy's pitching it.
Male and female at the same time. And as a trans woman, I know that there are a lot of
There's no being a man and a woman at the same. What is this ridiculous shit?
Fuckery.
It's impossibility.
things I rejected about masculinity.
Yes.
And I was like, no, that's not going to be me. I'm not going to be the one.
The only thing that's you is a dude with red lipstick and long hair creeping on lesbians.
Who doesn't pay attention to women. I'm not going to be the one who doesn't listen to them.
Listen to lesbians right now. Leave us alone. Go out of our clubs. Stop putting yourself on our dating sites. Just start dating a nice heterosexual woman who will just overlook the fact that you mutilated your own dick. I don't even think that woman exists, but leave lesbians alone, asshole. Oh no, I went backwards on this.
About myself being a kid and liking softball and doing all these things. I used to think about these things as somehow being indicative of maleness. Now when I think about it,
dude, you are a boy. You're just telling the truth of your youth, that you were a boy and you were happy with it. You just came into this trans thing when you found too much porn.
if I had been born in a female body, I think my parents would have just been
This topic about beauty and the beauty myth on
It's
Maya's
not about
channel, so
beauty.
make sure you go check it out.
Yeah, which is kind of funny because lesbians have no problem dating trans guys. And they're actually guys.
No, they're
We're
not.
all being socialized male and female at the
No,
same
we're not.
time. And I'm going to be the one who doesn't listen to them. So I was kind of
You don't listen to lesbians. You just try to talk over us and sell us these weird ideas that don't make any sense.
seen, I think, as like a
Yeah, go away. That's
sensitive
the right
guy or something
answer right
like
there,
that.
Patty.
Lesbians reject that socialization too, which is kind of the irony in all this, that, you know,
The lesbians are not suffering from, any socialization of homophobia. You are the homophobe.
you rejected patriarchy too.
If you meet someone and you have
You are patriarchy. You are patriarchy in glasses and like in your clown drag act here. Like, you are patriarchy.
chemistry with them and you're compatible with them,
No, there's no attraction. There's no. Why are you telling lesbians to date men? What are you getting out of this, Ivy?
She
You
won't
want-
do it.
You want no lesbians to exist? Then who are you gonna date? You're a gold star.
and you find out
You don't
that
even
they
follow your
are
own
a trans
advice.
woman, which they will tell you in their own time. Let that be their own truth to.
Revealed to you.
Thank you. Don't let that scare you off from pursuing.
Like, I can't no more.
So
What scares me off is women like this who lie for dudes.
if this is something she's so passionate about, she should do it herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Lead by example. Lead by
I want
example.
to see Ariel and Ivy both double date who do two turns, and go through with it all the way, then come back and tell us how it looks and tastes exactly the same. I'll wait. It's never gonna happen because they're both turfs in the sheets. Well, Sasha, thank you for joining me.
Always.
Thank you, everyone in the crowd. This is cringe, total cringe. But this is what I suffer through in my own neighborhood when I go out here in Florida. These are people who run a nightclub for girls who like girls. They can't even say women, like girls are like girls. And these guys are creeping in our club. And other lesbians that are gold star are actually welcoming them. That's what's going on in queer Orlando.
I can't.
This is why me and Sasha have got to start with our own backyard here for Female First Florida.
You stronger than me, girl.
Well, thank you, and hope you had a barf bag with you because it really was hard for me. And I know it's hard for all of you.
I have to say, I'm thoroughly disgusted.
Take care, and till next time.
Until next time, girl.
Laters.